In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do a short row heel for a toe-up sock. To start, you're going to want to knit to the first stitch to be wrapped as indicated in your pattern. Now, to wrap a stitch from the right side, you're going to bring your yarn to the front. You're going to slip your stitch purlwise, and then you're going to bring the yarn back around to the back of the work, and then slip your stitch back to your left needle. And then you can turn your work, and the yarn will already be in the front, ready to start purling. And then you're going to want to purl to the first purl stitch to be wrapped as indicated in the pattern. And to wrap a stitch from the wrong side, you're going to leave your yarn in the front. You're going to slip your stitch purlwise, wrap the yarn around the stitch to the back, slip your stitch back to your left needle, and then bring the yarn back through the needles to the front, and then you're going to turn your work. And now the yarn is in the back, ready to knit. So for a typical short row heel, you're going to knit to one stitch before the previously wrapped stitch and wrap that one. So this is our wrap stitch, so we're going to wrap this next stitch here. Bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch, bring the yarn to the back, slip the stitch back, and turn. And then you're going to purl to one stitch before the previously wrapped stitch. So this is our wrapped stitch. You can see that it has 2 purl bumps on it. So that means that we want to wrap this stitch. And you're going to continue in that manner until you have wrapped as many stitches as indicated in your pattern. To pick up a wrapped stitch from the right side, you want to knit to your first wrapped stitch. So this is our first wrapped stitch. It has this little wrap on it here. So to pick that up, we're going to insert our needle from below through the wrap, and then we're going to insert our needle through our main stitch. And then we're going to knit these two together by wrapping our yarn as normal, bringing it through the main stitch, and then bringing it through the wrap as well. So we're left with one stitch. And then you're going to want to wrap and turn on the next stitch. So you're going to bring your yarn to the front, slip your stitch, wrap, slip it back to the left needle, and turn to purl. You're then going to want to purl to the first purl wrapped stitch. So this is our purl wrapped stitch here. You can see it's got this wrap around it. So we're going to want to pick this up from the back side, from the right side of the work. So in order to pick up the wrap, we're going to use our right needle, insert from below, and place that wrap on our left needle next to our main stitch. And then we're going to knit those 2 loops, to purl those 2 loops together. Like so. And then we're going to wrap and turn on the next stitch. So we slip, wrap, slip back, Bring yarn back to the front and turn. Now the next stitch we're gonna pick up, the next wrap we're gonna pick up is gonna be a double wrapped stitch. So we're gonna knit back to our wrapped stitch, and you can now see that there are 2 wraps. And we're gonna pick those up the same way as we would for a single wrap. Just pick them both up at the same time from below, and then go into your main stitch as well. Wrap the yarn, pull it through the main stitch, and then also bring it through your 2 wrapped stitches. So you're going to be knitting 3 stitches together into one there. And then you'll want to wrap the next stitch and turn. To pick up a double wrapped stitch on the purl side, on the wrong side, you'll want to purl to your double wrapped stitch. So here's our double wrapped stitch. These are our 2 wraps. Again, you're going to want to pick these up from the right side, from the back of the work, from below with your right hand needle, and place them onto your left hand needle. And then you're going to purl those 3 together. And you're just going to continue in that manner for as many rows as indicated in your pattern for your short row heel.